So far, we have seen what is DDL. DDL stands for Data Definition Language. Using the DML language, we can use to create the table, right? So data definition language is part of that, right? So we can create a table, we can create a procedure, we can create a view, index, function, and so on. Okay. So these DDL commands, like a create table, alter table, right? So we can use it to create or modify the structure of the database object. And also we have seen the data manipulation language, how to insert the data into a table, how to update the data, how to delete the records from a table. And the next one is the data query language. The data query language, as part of that, we have seen how to query the data from the table. Once you insert the data, once you store by inserting the data into table, how to retrieve the data or fetch the data from the database tables, right? So you can use the query commands, SQL queries, we use it to fetch the data from the table. And next one is the transaction control language, TCL command, TCL commands, okay? So using which, we can, using, the TCL commands within a transaction, or we can, so that, right, we can make a stable point during changes in database, okay? So there are, 3 commands that you need to remember it as part of the TCL, transaction control language. The one is the save point, rollback, and commit commands. Don't worry, we will discuss that later. The next one is data control language. So how to grant a privilege to access a table, okay? For example, you create a table, not all the users should be able to insert the data, not all the people to view the data from the table. Okay, but so that, in order to restrict the users, you can use grant and revoke commands. For example, you are part of a front office people, and you want to insert the data, insert the orders in orders table. Then you should be able to, you are supposed to be allowed to insert the data in the orders table. When a new customer comes, you are supposed to be allowed to enter the data into your customer table, insert the data, insert privilege, select privilege, you need to have it. So the grant command will help you to give the appropriate privilege to access the data from a table. But there are some departments, they don't have to, this HR department, they don't have to view the data from accounts table. Accounts table need not to view how many employees are there, what is their salary, or they don't have to worry about it. Okay, so in that case, the accounts department, they are not supposed to view the payroll department's data and vice versa. Okay, how is this possible? Using the grant command. Okay, you have granted, you have given the privilege to insert the data, or maybe update or even delete privileges you have given. Later point in time, that specific employee left your company, okay? So you can revoke, or that employee got switched to another department within the company. In that case, you can revoke all the privilege using revoke command. Anyhow, we will discuss all those things at a later point. Now let us jump into understanding what is subquery and correlated query. In the interview, they will ask you what is the difference between subquery and correlated. Can you please explain what is subquery is all about first of all, and give me an example, and what is correlated subquery? What is the difference between these two? Give me an example for these two. They'll ask you, okay? First, we'll start with understanding what is a subquery. So subquery is also known as a simple or scalar subqueries, okay? It is not necessarily, always scalar, okay? Different types of subqueries are there. We will just take a look at this little later. So the subqueries are independent of the outer query and can be executed independently. And the next one is the subquery is executed only once. That is the beauty of this one. The subquery is executed only once, and its result is used by the outer query. And then the non-correlated subqueries. Okay, what I refer is the subquery is nothing but non-correlated subquery, because I did not explicitly specify correlated subquery. Hence, it is nothing but non-correlated subquery. It is also called a plain subquery. Okay, the non-correlated subqueries are usually more efficient because they only need to be executed once. In the item bullet point 3, I mentioned the subquery is executed only once, right? That is the reason why whenever you use the subquery, or in the sense the non-parallel subquery, it will be more efficient, which means the performance is pretty faster because it needs to be executed only once. And also you can use subqueries in various parts of a SQL statement, like the select class itself, you can use a select the SQL, so you can use a subquery. From class also you can use a subquery, and where class also you can use a subquery, and having class also you can use subqueries. Okay, so here is your subquery or non-correlated subquery. So this is what your second. See the outer one, right? This is the one. One second, it is still going. See, this is called your outer query. Okay. This is what called as outer query, and this is what called as subquery, inner query. This is your inner query. This is your outer query. I just write it here. This is called your outer query, and this is called your inner query. Okay, this is called your inner query. For example, let's say you want to find out the employees whose salary is more than the average salary of all the employees. Okay, I'll just write a query for this. Okay, they select. You want to display all the employee name and along with their salary from employee table, followed by the select statement. You need to specify the column, whichever column that you need to specify, followed by the from class. You need to specify the table name, in which table these columns are available. That you need to tell. Next one is the where class. What is the question here? What is the business query? Business question. What is the business question? Display all the employees' name whose salary is more than the average salary of all the employees. Okay, here I'm going to use subquery here. Select average salary from employee table. Employee table. That's all. Here, this is my outer query. This is my inner query. Okay. This is my outer query and this is my inner query. Okay. Yeah. So in this case, what happens? The inner query gets executed only once. The inner query get executed only once. That is what I explained a while back. Look here. The subquery is executed, third point, executed only once, and its result is used by the outer query. So in this case, what happened? This subquery, the select average cell from employee will get executed only once. The output of this one will be used to it is used by your outer query. Okay, for example, your average salary is 1117. That one will be used by your outer query. So the outer query will return the employee names whose salary is greater than 1117. Okay, the inner query get executed only once. The output of the inner query will be used by the outer query. That's all, guys. That is what your correlated subquery. So, there are different types of subqueries. Okay, before that, we will see where and all we can use the subquery. Okay, you can use, in class, the where you can specify the column name. In class, you can use the subquery. And also you can use the subquery in the from clause. Followed the from also you can use the from the subquery, and even the join clause also you can use the subquery. Okay, from class, join class, and in class also you can use it. And in the select column itself, select list itself, you can use the select subquery. Followed by, see here, not necessarily followed by the select command. You have to use column 1, column 2, column 3 and all. You can also use a subquery as part of your select list. And also in the where class also you can use the subquery. From class, join class, you can use the subquery. Got it? There are 3 different types of subqueries are available: scalar subquery, multi-row subquery, and nested subquery. What is scalar subquery? As the name suggests, what is scalar? Scalar is a single value, right? What is scalar subquery? Anybody has any idea? So we'll start explore what exactly is scalar subquery and nested subquery, and we have something called multi-row subquery. Okay, scalar subquery. Okay, the one we have seen it, right? The example that is the one is called your scalar subquery because this query returns a single value. Scalar is a single value. Okay, select star from employee where salary is greater than average salary from. Okay, this is not that one. I just go here. Yeah, this is the one. I just made it a little bit complex. Salary is greater than. That is what we will do. Select average salary from employee. So here you can also check, within the specific department if you want it, that is also you can use it. Okay. I just select this one, press F5. F5 is the shortcut key. Okay. I just use demo database. Use demo database. So these employees are getting the salary more than the overall average salary. For example, what is the overall average salary? I just select it here. I just execute on it. 2,375. You want to see those employees' salaries are greater than the overall average salary of the entire company. So 2,975. These employees' salaries are more than. This is called scalar subquery because in this case, the subquery is a scalar one because it returns only one value. And also this query executed first only once, and then the output of the query will be used by the outer query. So the output of the inner query will be used by the outer query to do the filtering. So this is called your scalar subquery. Okay. And supposing there is another question. Hey, I want to find out the employees whose salary is less than the average salary from employee or department number. Or let's say they're asking you something like that. I want to know that each employee's salaries are less than the overall average salary. So only your job is make it less than. I just execute these two queries together. So these employees are getting more than the average salary of all the employees. These employees' salaries are less than the average employee, all the employees. Okay. So if they ask you, give me the employees, the employee name whose salary is greater than the overall average of the of all the employees, and or give me the employees whose salary is less than the average salary. You can give this, specific department wise. No, I don't want to see the average of all the employees' salary. Instead, I want to see the employees whose salary is less than the department number 30's salary. Okay, those employees are getting uh, lesser salary than the department number 30's average salary. Okay, these employees. So likewise, right? You can also come up with, and also another query like nested subquery. This is called your nested subquery. So this up to this, we have seen the correlated, sorry, it's not correlated, non-correlated subquery. Okay. So the inner join, so sorry, the inner query here, you select average salary from employee. This is called your inner subquery. And the outer, this is called your outer query. This inner query get executed only once. The output of this one will be used by your outer query. So why it is called scalar subquery? Because the subquery in this case it returns only one value, guys. Okay. Yeah, even see whether it's a greater than or less than. Okay, sorry, here it's supposed to be greater, right? It was greater than. Okay. Yeah, here greater than less than. Okay, so that condition department number wise also you can see that. Okay. So next one is this is called scalar subquery because the subquery returns only one value. In this case, next one the nested subquery. So what is nested subquery? A subquery inside another subquery. Okay, you can nest a subquery also. That means you can put a subquery inside another sub that is called a nested subquery. And next one multi-row subqueries. In this case, the nested that can return more than one row of refers to the parent query. That is called a multi-row subquery. As the scalar subquery returns only one value. Multi-row subqueries that can return more than one row of refers to the parent query. Nested subquery is nothing but a subquery inside another subquery. That is called your nested subquery. Here is a classic example for the nested subquery. Here, so this one I extended it. Okay, that salary is less than the average salary of the the employees who is working in the department name as sales. See here what happened, average of an employee where depart number is equivalent to, and again I'm using another subquery. So this itself, see the outer one itself is subquery. This is a subquery. This is subquery, and the rest of them are your outer query. In this subquery itself, I have another subquery. This is what this is what called nested subquery. Average salary from employee where depart number is equal to within the parenthesis. I'm using another department where department name. This in your manager, I wanted to see the average salary of the department number. I want to see all the employees whose salary is less than the department name, sales department. Sales department. Okay. So in this case, you can use the nested subquery. Okay? It is not that you have to write it this way all the time. You can also rewrite this one. Okay. For example, if you know what is the depart number for the sales department, you can put the depart number equal to some 100 or 80 or something. Okay. So let's depart number is 10 or 20 or whatever the depart number assigned to sales column. Sorry, sales department. You can specify that depart number. That is enough. But here for you to understand how to use the nested subquery, you can use it. Just because you are allowed to create the nested subquery, that doesn't mean you can blindly close your eyes and create the nested subquery. The more the subqueries, it will be slower. Okay, try to reduce the number of subqueries by changing your logic also. Okay, but this is for demonstration purpose. End of the day, writing the query alone not sufficient. How fast your query is retrieving the data, performance. Okay, that is what matters a lot. Performance tuning is very much important. Okay, it should not take a lot of time. Just because nested subquery is there, just put subquery inside another subquery, right? It will take longer time to retrieve the data. It will slow down your performance, queries performance wherever it is required. See, there are situations, yes, you have to use more than one subquery inside another subquery. So in that case, it is fine. Okay. But there are scenarios like this. You don't have to use a subquery, right? If you know the depart number, you can specify directly. But the challenge here is if you write the depart number 10 or 20, it is not a dynamic one, right? So it's not a dynamic one. Even in this case, it is not the dynamic one, because I have mentioned the department name directly. So to make this query more dynamic, you can use the stored procedure or stored function, so that you can use the parameter as part of your stored procedure or stored function, so that you can make this query more dynamic. Okay, that we will see it later, how to create a stored procedure, all the things. Okay. Okay, the next one is the yeah, one second, I'm looking past. Okay, next one is the multi-row subquery. What is multi-row subqueries? So nested queries that can return more than one row of request. Unlike our scalar subquery, in the case of multi-row, as the name suggests, it will return more than one record in your subqueries. Okay. What we will do is we will work with a simple example to understand this one. So, okay, what I will do is I will just use something on all function. There is something on all function. Look here, multi-row subquery. So in this case, less than all, select average of employee where depart number equal to 30. Okay. So all the, depart number 30, right? So the average salary go here. I just execute this first and then we'll see what is happening. Okay. So I just remove the all here. So now we have 8 records, right? I just execute this one. So 8 records only it is coming here. So here I'm going to use the all function here. Okay. So here, okay. So this is one example. Okay. So in this case, it returns, okay, let me do select average salary. But here it is going to return only one value here. Okay. So you can use all function here. Okay. Another example is, for example, instead of using this one, let me see if I have written anything like any query. It's not there. Or else the other example is select employee name from employee where number in operator. You can use the in operator. Okay. Using the in operator, any operator, all operator, you can return more than one records. Okay. Depart number less than 10, 20, 30. So instead of that, what I would do is in select depart number from employee ten, 20, 30, we can use it. Okay. And yeah, so what I will do is I will use another. So in this case, if you see here, 20, 30, right? So it gives me multiple records here. Okay. And here basically what we wanted is okay. Department name. Okay, D name. So department name is not available here. Okay, depart number from. Okay, this is one example. So look here. In this case, the subquery itself returns multiple rows. And again, I'm going to use this one here. It gives me multiple rows. It's subquery, right? It returns multiple rows. So in this case, I've used the in operator. Okay, in operator, I used it, using which here also on the subquery also I've used the in operator. Right, using in operator also, right? So we can return multiple rows in your subquery. So in this case, the subquery returns more than one row, unlike this scalar subquery. Unlike this scalar subquery. So, okay, department one, and then comma 20 and 30. You need to select it correctly, okay? So this is the one, and overall, this is the one is happening here. Or you can use the depart name, so D name from depart, where depart number in this one. You can do it this way also, file, because see, when you do it this one, what is happening here? So here, the conversion failed when converting a accounting so to data type in. Okay, here there is an issue. What we'll do is we'll use the e-name itself, or we'll use depart number. Okay. Part number. But if I use, the D name is also available here. Can I use it this way? Because in the outer query, I'm not using the corresponding column here. Okay. Hence, whatever the column that you use it in your subquery, that same column needs to be used. At least, this column needs to be used somewhere in the outer query. Okay. Only then it will work. Otherwise, it will not work. Okay. Using all also, you can return more than one record. You can produce a multiple row subquery using all and in, and you have something else called any. Okay. Any operator. So that's what I mentioned there, any. So what is any? How can I use any here? Supposing, for example, you wanted to understand the employees, those are not working depart number 30. And those employees' salaries more than any one employee working at depart number 2. I'll just write the question here. Find out. So find out the employees who are not working in depart number 30 and whose salary is, let's say, more than any one employee working in depart 30. So how will you write a query here in this case? So what I'll do is select, instead of using the column, right? Select star from in the interest of time. I'll just say from employee. What is the question? Where depart number not in 30? Where depart number uh, not equal to 30, you can use it this way. Exclamatory question, equal sign. That means not equal to, okay? And salary is greater than, whose salary is more than any one employee working depart number 30. Not working in depart number 30, we want, but also whose salary is more than any one employee works in depart number 30. Any one employees, it should be, more than the salary of the any one of the employees working in the department number 30. It is little bit confusing, but it is a little bit tricky, right? So here I'm going to use any operator here and select distinct salary from the employee table where debug number 30 is there, right? Yeah. So it is another segment. If I use this, what is distinct? Distinct will return the unique values. In this case, followed by distinct mentioned salary. Hence, it will return the unique salary from. For example, more than one employee can also get the same salary, right? So let's say another employee is getting 1,050, another employee is getting 1,600. No, each employee is getting more than. So, the salary, if you see, right, there may be some kind of overlap. So this subquery returns more than one record. And the output of this subquery, this one I am going to use it to drive my outer query. Now it works fine. Got it? So this is an example for your multi-row query. Got it? Okay, the all. Okay, what she is asking is all. Okay, you wanted to have an example for and another example for all, right? Okay. So tell me a scenario, employee department table, what kind of query we can write it. So let's display the employees that earn a salary that is what do you say, that is higher than the salary of all of the clerks, higher than the salary of all of the clerks. Okay, in this case, what do you write? E name, comma, employee name, comma, job, comma, salary from employee table where salary is greater than. I'm going to use all. You wanted to see the all, right? All, and here select salary from employee. Their job equal to clerk. Let's see if this is going to work. Even here, the question is display always, salary. Okay, that is salary is higher than the salary of all the clerks. It is not, the higher than the more than the average salary of the clerk. But here, make sure that those employees are clerk, and the outer query should return the employees, whose salary is greater than all the clerks' salary. So in that case, I've used the all function here. But in this case, I don't have that record here available here. Okay, let me just check here. Okay, here, let me use job also here. For example, job, comma. First of all, let us check if this query is working. Okay, select salary from employees where job equal to clerk. This is how you need to first analyze. Okay, if the query is not returning records, first you check this one. Okay, 10581100, and this is the this is a multi-row query. Okay, so to answer this business question, I have written a query like this, wherein I have used the all because the question itself said that is higher than the salary of all the clerks. Okay, all because it returns all the things, all the clerks' salary. But while using in the case of outer query, it uses the inner query's values, and it says nothing here, right? So let me just okay, do one thing. We'll say something like, and here the clerk salary is, yeah, the clerk salary is lesser, right? More than that also available. let me do it. Let me use on the same side. In the case also, it's not doing anything. Let me use some other something here, the job, comma, salary. Okay, what I will do is I will put that reason only I've used the one here. Select salary from employee where job equal to clerk or something like that. Okay, it is returning the value, but it is not producing any output here. Okay, I'll just check some other job. Okay, manager, right? So we'll see manager. What happens in this case? Yeah. So in this case, let me do one thing. So 297528502450. Okay. So here all the managers salary. Okay. Return all the employees' salary that is higher than the salary of all the managers. Okay. So manager, this guy, right? These three guys, more than these guys. If we look here, 3,000, 3,000, 10,000. Okay, 3,000, 3,000, 10,000. Why it did not work for clerk? That is an assignment for you. Just think about it. So I know the reason for that. Now I got it. So why the clerks, when I use the clerk job, why it is not returning the records? Whereas when I use the manager, it returns the records correctly. Because when I select this subquery here, I can see that the three employees' salary is this one. I want to display all the employees whose salary is greater than this salary. Obviously, right? 29 greater than 2975, greater than 2850, 2450 also it should return. What do you mean by 2450? Okay. So in that case, 2450, all the three, salary greater than all the three salary. Okay. Not only 2450, all the employees' salary is greater than this, and greater than this, greater than this. Obviously, it returns. So 2975 is the highest salary, right? Yeah. So it returns more than 10,000, 30,000. So why clerk was not working? Okay, that is the question. You just check it out. So now you understood how to return a multi-rows, multi-row values from your subquery using all n and any also. Okay. Yeah, Preeti, I will share this one. Don't worry. Okay, I will share it. These queries. So now you understood what is scalar subquery. First of all, what is subquery you understood? In the case of subquery, the subquery will get executed only once. There are three different types of subqueries we have explored. One is the scalar subquery, that is the very basic or fundamental subquery that we use it. And the next one is the nested subquery, a subquery inside a subquery, how to use that. I've given you a demo. A multi-row subquery. In this case, your subquery can return or nested subqueries that can return more than one row of request to the parent query. That is what your multi-row subquery is all about.